You're great.
You're out here to be picked on.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
What about when you're fighting someone you fight all the time? Do you need to take the same measure of what information you need to gather? Or
You have some information already,
Yeah.
but so do they.
Fair enough.
So, in a way, it's exactly the same thing. You got to figure out, in that case, what you end up tending to do is figure out, all right, which one are they in the mood for? You kind of already know, so you kind of poke and go, oh, he's doing this thing. He wants to do the thing.
Okay. So you still need to take a temperature, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though you have some, in essence, you've gained some information already.
Yeah.
You want to confirm which ones they're using and then build on that. And then you could even go farther and say, well, I know he likes to do this thing, so I'm going to go out and right out of the gate, I'm going to bait him for the thing. And make it, and a lot of people, they have like a thing they like to use, and if you give it to them, they almost can't stop themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I've given my head to people who know that I never do that, and they throw at it and I kill them, and I'm like, did the head look good? They go, yeah. I go, it was bait. They go, I know. Why'd you throw? I don't know.
Awesome. Thank you, Grace.
Pavlov's response.
Very nice. Okay, hold for a second. I know this is rude, but I'm going to start doing this because that's me. So did you notice how he started doing what I told him before? Even though he's up high, he pushed that hip in and he swung.
Yep.
So now he knows he can trigger it. So he's like, I'm going to test it again. So he goes, and nothing happened. Why did nothing happen the second time? No, because it wasn't the same thing. This is no threat. This is. When you are back here and you just sink down here, it's like you're going to whip their legs out from underneath them. That's what it feels like. And he was like, nope. But he knows that makes you lean, so he tilted back and fired right where you would be, except you weren't throwing anything. So you test it again, which is great. But this is what I'm talking about. A feint is a feint. See, a true feint, if you're going to use the word, you need to know the definition is a shot that wasn't thrown. Okay? Just before this last exchange, he fired a shot here. Why did he do that?
It looked like Sir Martin was leaning like this with his shield down.
He was. He leaned, and that's what he's been waiting for. Okay? So you got the block, which is great, but there's information. So there's information. So there's information that you can pull from your opponent. But as the fight goes on, sometimes they'll just give it to you. So who was it who liked the thrust? So
Go.
yeah, he was doing a lot though, I want to say.
Yeah, I started off doing
Yeah,
that.
so we come out and we face off. I'm just beginning to feel the first thing he does is at me. I'm like, oh, okay. He likes to thrust from up high. So that means A, I got nothing to worry about down here. And he thrusts well, but from here the sword has to come across. So as long as my defense is just a slight move this way, I can pick him up every time. Then I just need to learn what speed, and is he using it just to throw me off for something else? Okay? So sometimes people give you information. Nothing is a failure unless you don't glean anything from it. So you're trying to gather information. You accidentally leaned too far ahead, and he fired a shot. Okay? So now you have two pieces of information. Sometimes you lean, and it gives away your attack. But if you lean, he'll probably throw. So be aware of it, but you could possibly use it.
No, they.
Okay, hold. Why is it taking so long?
They're both thinking too much.
Not moving laterally.
He has a nice flow. He's got a tight defense. He's relaxed, and he's floating in here, which is nice. Not actually threatening though. He's also staying in front of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, of course we can't go behind the guy, but it doesn't stop us from cutting here, or even small cuts. Okay. So even just that motion will be enough to get him to torquing. So fixed and torquing will open him right up. Okay. In the meantime, he's thrown a couple shots, threatened a couple things, so he's got some information now. He knows that when he thrusts at his face, the shield comes up. If he thrusts or pushes to the side, the shield comes up. It does a roll, it does a curve when he blocks. Okay, so if he can time a fake with his hip, possibly here, it might get him to roll the shield and actually give him the shot here when the shield arms are hit. You see?
But so far he's doing a good job of staying out of range for me. So I see the movement, but I
Yes.
can't hit it.
Do you guys come up on 1 foot?
Not really.
Well, good, I guess.
Okay, I didn't know if it was something you guys did or
We
not.
can.
Again,
Raise our-
yeah, you can do what you want. But the same fight is here. Okay, so even if I am keeping both my knees down, I can still rise, and I can push my hips side to side. And when this guy gets this close, side to side is a fair distance. See? So even if I'm here, he leans. See? So what you might want to try is fake a shot, but what you're going to do is you're going to point it with your hip into one place and see what opens up. Did you know that would work? It usually works.
Yeah, so I was reading the way you guys body back. If I got down here and then down low and I went over him, he's knocking so back. The way that we push it back. Without me just going, okay, I'm down.
You got that?
Then he was swing. He's gonna swing over.
Yes. Yeah. The shield in the way is this spot. It doesn't have to be in the way of the weapon, but this spot about a foot in front of your shoulder is where your ideal shots come from. You can throw all kinds of combinations if they always come back here. And they can go bang, bang, but as you get going, they can go bang, 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 bang. But they're always back. Bang, 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 bang. As long as they're coming back. With shields in this spot, you end up having to use your arm, chop around, and it weakens them. Thanks, guys.
Sure. Part of the reason